All right, I'm on hole number 9 of the 2020 Spring Major. I'm in Tuesday's qualifying round of the rookie division. I have no idea how I'm going to play hole 9. I have no idea. We have a bunch of options, and I have no idea what my best option is. So the deal is I'd really like to get down to this lower fairway so that I'm in my long iron range. But if I hit up here to the top up here, I could bring a sniper and do a rough bump and try and go straight to the cup. And I think with my lower level stuff, I mean, I know that getting down into here is definitely doable, but it's getting your bounces right because you want your second bounce to be on the top of this hill. All that stuff. You want your second bounce to be here. So your first bounce, if you're trying to get down there, you want your first bounce to be here and your second bounce to be here so that you're bridging this. Now you may clip it down here at the bottom and it'll just bleed you out in the fairway, or you may clear it. Yesterday in my 77 account, I cleared it and I ended up in the rough right here. So I went straight forward. Now I left, as far as distance wise, if I would have had a little bit of curl on my ball, I may have been able to stay on the fairway and get way down here. And that's really kind of the goal that I'm shooting for. I wanted to see if I could just get it to bridge over. I think if you look at narrowness of this neck, if you draw a line through here, get rid of that stuff, you draw a line through here, your narrowest spot is probably going to be somewhere in this range right here. So if you were bringing it around with curl, you'd want to bring it and you're trying to get down into that area. Hitting it on the diagonal like this, you're lengthening it out. So the first bounce to the second bounce, you're more apt to clip the rough than when you're hitting it straight through. And so, or if you were bringing it around like this, but if you're bringing it around like this, you're definitely going to run out of fairway out here. Most of the people I see hit this that make it over actually clip the rough down here on the bottom and then just bleed out. And then it puts them in a nice long iron range down here. And you can get out in a short iron range. There is a, I'm not sure where the distance line is, but if you cross that line, you're in short iron range and then you're even better. Laying it up at here might be a good option for this account. I'm gonna check the layup shot down here, and I'm gonna bring a sniper to see if a sniper is enough. Let me check my sniper and see how much topspin it has. Yeah, I don't want to do that. I want to hit that. Let's see how much topspin my sniper has to see if I can actually, if I got into that rough, or if I got out there, could I get out? If I wanted to do a rough bump, could I do a rough bump? And not likely, not with 3.5. I really am not interested in taking that with, so I'd have to bring a horizon. The only thing bad about a horizon is the 12 accuracy. So it's 2.8 per ring, but its distance is really good. I'm going to bring a horizon. What the heck? I'm going to bring a big topper and a horizon, and I'm going to bring a extra mile and a horizon. I really want to bring a Saturn on this. Saturn's got more I could, if I get out there in some spot, and I'm not going to be in my long iron range if I try and lay it up at the top. But it gives me options. It gives me backspin options. I can do all kinds of stuff. You can do all kinds of stuff. It's a great utility club. So I've got a big topper and an extra mile, and I'm going to bring a 3 Powerball. Now, if I was really trying to bounce over to the other side to get on the other side down there, a Katana might work better. Because with a Titan, I was actually overpowering it, and my second bounce was actually in the rough, and then that kept me in the rough. And I do not want to end up in the rough in this account. And while I'm at it, let's look at my rough irons and see what my options are. I have very limited options. So I got a little bit more distance there, but the backspin is very helpful with the machete. I got less distance. And that razor is definitely a little bit less distance, a little bit more, but no topspin, no nothing. That's I know if you guys are watching, or guys and gals are watching the video, and you're thinking, "Hey, that machete sucks as a rough iron." Yeah, it does, but that's what I got. And the off-roader and the Amazon aren't going to help me a lot because the Amazon's, while it may have some more distance when it gets there, look at its ball guide when it starts off. So I might switch to it just because there are times with this account that you're thinking, wow, I can't end up in the rough there because I don't have a rough iron that can recover. But it would have to be on a hole by hole basis. But like day to day, the machete's not a bad club for what I have going. I could get better ball guide with the rough cutter, but I'm giving up 10 yards and I'm only at 101 to start off with. So that's like the rough cutter is like one step above a basic. And it literally is just one step above the basic. You use a rough cutter and just until you can get pretty much the machete. So I'm pretty much stuck with the machete. Let's try the big topper. Let's try it. Let's go out there and try. I have no idea how to play this. I'm still working on it with my upper developed account on how I want to get over there. I know that the last time when we played the Dreaded Dunes, this hole right here, I did hit some albies on this hole. I know I hit a couple from the rough. I think I hit one from the fairway. It seems like I hit 3 or 4 albies that week. But I was in the rough more often than I was in the fairway down there because I was still trying to figure out how to get over there consistently. And there's a bunch of different ways that you can approach it. See if my opponent can get up there nicely. See if they get that right. Seemed like they were a little pinched right there. Just cleared it. Very nice. Very nice. What are you barking about, bro? What are you barking about? Yeah, you're getting with it, huh? Looking for that second bounce. I want to make sure I'm clear on that second bounce. 2.4, that's about a ring. I'm going to do a little bit of an overpull. I'm going to do max curl. Isn't it perfect? See if I can walk around that corner without clipping on that second bounce. Just dig myself out there as far as I can. Not much more than my opponent. But I definitely had more. I probably could have put a little teeny bit more topspin on there. I had more room from where I was at. I think it's about one more level in that. The big topper for me is like one of the key stats that you pick up on the big topper is curl. Because I use that big topper. For me, that big topper is all about curl. There's shots that you run across in this game where I pull out the big topper, and I pull out the big topper because it has lots of curl. And I like taking those types of shots where you're blindly walking around the corner and you're using lots of curl to bring yourself out into an area. Where am I at in my club? There's Max. I'm at maybe mid club. So this is 2.8. That'd be 1.4. That'd be 3.42. Hey, I think I might be able to get this done. Because it may only take. I'm probably able to get that done with a sniper, and I could bring a much more accurate club. I'm going to do just a titch over a ring. And that is narrow. Isn't it perfect? Let's see if I got that wind adjustment right. Right over the top of it. from that distance right there, I still had at 173, I still had some distance in front of me. So it would have been a max. It would have been a max sniper shot, and I didn't need that much topspin. So I potentially could have got it done with a sniper. Plug this sucker in. I left it here all day. Went out and gave a bunch of people bids and forgot to plug it in. So that's a couple shots today. Hole number 2 and that hole right there, I went over the cup. So you can get it done with the low level stuff, especially if your main account, you're still working on clubs and you're up, so you play that account all the time. You're familiar with how much run out you get with the limited ball guide. I'm gonna take the shot. I don't have the right. I know it takes a lot more topspin than that to get me up there. Let's do the backspin. Let's see what the backspin shot looks like here. Hey, don't be chewing on my pants, you little bastard. 2, 4, 3. That much. Put a little teeny bit of curl on it, just a little. And I hit it great, I'm sure. One ring great. You have a room full of toys and you're over here chewing on me. What are you thinking? See if my opponent can get in the hole. They got a glass. There you, buddy. Quit chewing on my sock. Look at your toy. It's like having a 3-year-old. And he's about 8. And he's still about 4. He hasn't gone to kindergarten yet. Hey, you have sharp little teeth and you're biting the heck out of me. What are you doing? All right, Charles. Good luck. Good luck in the tournament. All right, so that was the nice, easy round. I did pick one up on a rough bump shot. What's the difference here? I must have got more eagles. We're all in first. The minus 13. So I think if you got lower level stuff, what the deal is there's when you're playing a rookie, you're always going to get that. There's always going to be that 1 or 2 people in your bracket that are going to pop out monster scores. But I really do think that what we're looking for is minus 15 per side. Shooting a minus 14 will probably net you a top 10. But if you're really going for banners, really trying to look for a win, I really think a minus 15 is what we're looking for. I've got a couple holes there. Hole number 2, I definitely I'll have to work out the speed on this account because on my main account, my ball guide's such that I can walk it right to the cup and the speed's perfect. But here, I think it's probably right in the 3 top spin, maybe just a sliver less. It seems like the 3 top spin, if I hit the flagpole, I would have went in. But if I went over the edge, I may or may not. It may have been just a little too fast. So it might be 2 3/4, maybe a sliver less than 3 on hole number 2 with a 20% wind adjustment. I do I'm going to work on which clubs to bring on hole number 9. I like that rough bump shot that I did right there, but that area is a lot smaller than it looks on the picture. And it would have been much better to do that with a sniper where I've got 100% accurate club instead of a 12 accurate club. Oh, sorry, buddy. I'm sorry. Did you get underneath my foot? Sorry about that. I'm sorry. I'll have to go console him now. What do we got here? Hole number 4, that par 3. That par 3 is the one that may be a little more, that's going to be a little problematic with this account. I'm going to try that with a Goliath because I am going to try that rough bump, but I'm not sure whether I like that rough bump or if that rough bump's just too far away and it's too, where it's rolling up there. If you get anything wrong, I'm putting that sand into play, and I usually don't like to put sand traps into play on par 3. So that was the one that we just shot right there in the bonus content. I'm not sure how I want to play that, whether I want to play that with a backspin club with the Saturn and try and backspin it or try and run it up. I'm still undecided on how I'm going to play hole number 4. Hole number 5, that par 4, I definitely need to get an eagle on that par 4, and that was just that I tanked the drive, ended up in the rough. We definitely have possibilities of picking one up on hole number 5. So in my mind, like the low-hanging fruit, number 2 is definitely low-hanging fruit. Number 5 is definitely low-hanging fruit. We have a pretty good shot on hole number 8. If we can get up there, I was able to get the eagle on hole number 8 from the rough, but we do have a pretty good shot if we get up there to put us into short iron range. Same thing on hole number 1. Those are pretty makeable holes. So right there, we've got 4 pretty makeable with 2 that are extremely makeable. Hole number 6, I'm still, and I still like the going up there, getting my eagle and moving the heck along and trying to pick it up. But that means that I'm going to be giving up hole number 6 and potentially hole number 4 with these clubs. And so it takes a little bit out. We do have an Albie shot on hole number 3. We do have a pretty nice rough bump on hole number 7, and I just need to work out my elevation number. I think that is another shot that we could potentially put into our bag that we could pick one up on. And I do think we have a shot on hole number 9. So with my low level account, I've got 7 holes that I could potentially seriously be giving myself a shot on. And I'm basically looking at trying to pick up 3 on a side. So a little shy of 50%. And I think that's very doable with a low level account. I think it's very doable with an upper level account. So shooting the minus 15 is it's not out of the realm of possibilities. If you put yourself in the right spot on the drives, I think it's very possible that we could get that done. And I think it's going to be necessary in order to get a banner. So we'll see how the week plays out. But coming in with a minus 13 is not a bad tiebreaker. And we'll go from there. So I'm going to practice my odd account, and I'll post the videos from that. That'll be upper developed stuff. I'm going to play it today, and then I'm going to qualify it tomorrow. And so I can get a little bit more practice in. I'm going to work on my notes so that I have a better note sheet for my upper developed clubs. And if you've got lower developed stuff, work your notes. So usually for me, it starts off at the beginning of the week. I've got some basic notes. I go through Monday's practice round and do a couple things. Record your own video. Record a hole and look at it and watch what you did and make notes. And then set yourself up a really good set of qualifying notes. Go out there and qualify. If you have 2 accounts and you're practicing, try and get as much practice time in as you can so that you can look at those numbers. So like I have some numbers for elevation that I'm not quite sure that I like, and I will definitely be working on those in my practice account to see if I can tighten those up a little bit. All right, that was the 2020 Spring Major Tuesday's qualifying round on my 99 account. Thanks for watching.